Hi everyone, the next part of your homework then is on circumference, and this video is going to be quite short because we've already studied this in class. So very quickly then we need to know the formula to calculate the circumference of a circle. Let me just remind you, the circumference of a circle is the distance around the edge of it. So it's the length of this curved edge, and that's what we're trying to find. Now our formula for the circumference of a circle, so we're going to call the circumference C, and that is equal to pi, which you'll find on your calculator, times the diameter of the circle. Now remember, the diameter is the distance across the circle that passes through the middle. Okay, so that's our first formula. Now sometimes in questions you're not given the diameter of a circle. Sometimes they only give you the radius. And remember, the radius, which I've got here now in red, is a line that joins the centre of the circle to the circumference. Now we know that the diameter is 2 times the radius, okay? Because 2 of these radiuses, or radii, give us the diameter. So if we substitute 2 times r and into this equation up here, we will get a new equation, which is C equals pi, sorry, not pi, C equals 2 from the 2 here, then pi from the pi up here, and then r from the radius. So we've got 2 formulas we could use. We've got C equals pi d, or C equals 2 pi r, and you'll need to use different ones depending on the question. So let's look at 2 questions where we would need to use each formula. Oopsie. So I'm going to rewrite my formula up here. Either C equals pi d or C equals 2 pi r. And now I'm going to just draw myself a circle because I rubbed my other one out. There we go. So if we're given the diameter, so let's pretend the diameter of this circle is 4 centimeters. Okay? To find the circumference, so to find this distance around the edge, the length of the curved edge, I would do pi multiplied by the diameter, which is 4. Now I would need to do that on my calculator, so I'm just going to do it on my calculator. And to 1 decimal place, so I've rounded this answer, it is 12.6 centimeters, because remember this is given in centimeters. So that would be my answer there. And that is how you would use this formula. So if you're given the diameter of a circle, you need to use this one. Okay? Now let's get rid of all of that and we'll try a new example. So I'm going to draw myself another circle. Now if you've got a question where you're only given the radius of the circle, so here I don't have the diameter, I've only been given the radius, and let's just pretend that is 2.1 centimeters. So now, because I've only been given the radius, I can't really use that because that's for the diameter. So I'm going to use this one. So on my calculator, to find the circumference, I need to do 2 times pi times the radius, which is 2.1, okay? And then when I type that all in my calculator, and then I'm going to leave it to 1 decimal place, I get 13.2 centimeters. And that is how you find the circumference of a circle using the 2 different formulas.